Hey yo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV this morning. It is Monday morning, April the 9th, 2018. WrestleMania has gone into its second day once again, and I am absolutely exhausted. So we are just going to hit the important parts in this review of WrestleMania 34 from the New Orleans Superdome right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is Thor, the wrestling god of thunder, and the world heavyweight champion of microphones, Blue the Snowball, and we are here to talk about WrestleMania 34. Honestly, I am friggin' shocked as hell with the way this thing went off the air. I am so tired and so exhausted, but I have got a full day of work tomorrow, and I will not be home until just before Raw goes on the air, and I will not have time to get this up before then, so I have no choice but to do this now. I promise you guys I am not going to ramble on. We are going to go through this as quickly as possible. If I miss anything, please forgive me. You guys were up with me. You know what the hell we would just put through. It was 7.5 hours of some pretty good stuff, but at the end, everything to me just didn't make any sense. You spent all these months building each and every one of these matches to go a certain way. And we expected things to happen in a certain way. We expect certain results. We always want who we want to win, but we expect the company to go in a particular direction. And seemingly, WrestleMania 34 was about throwing every direction completely off course, every single way they possibly could. I don't understand how you could build up Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar all year long, sacrificing guys like Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman along the way to this coronation that we were supposed to get for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 34, only to go the other way at the last minute. I don't know when Vince McMahon came to his senses and realized that Roman being coronated once again at a WrestleMania was not a good idea. I don't know if it happened minutes before the match, before they started to produce the show this morning, if this was the plan all along, which would absolutely make no sense. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I am not against it 100% because I am not a Roman Reigns fan. I am not sitting here wondering what's up with Roman Reigns. I don't care. It's not about Roman Reigns. It's about what are they doing with the Universal Championship? Why are they leaving it on Brock Lesnar? He has openly said he is going to the UFC. They have made this common knowledge so that everybody just believed Brock Lesnar was going to leave, only to swerve us in the end and have Brock Lesnar defeat Roman Reigns, which in the end is a positive thing for most of us, but a negative thing if you want to see the Universal Championship defended on Monday Night Raw. Conversely, as I say that, the only thing I can see happening is tomorrow night on the Raw after WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar might be forced into a title defense and maybe loses the title there. To who? Who knows? Who the hell knows what they have in store? After what I saw tonight, I definitely do not know what the hell is in the juice they are all drinking down there in WWE Creative, because that in itself just, it shocked me. It shocked me. And they say anything can happen at WrestleMania, anything can happen in the WWE. They truly made that a fact tonight. You build up for months and months the illusion of Asuka, this absolutely fantastic new thing, this fresh face in the women's division, undefeated for over 900 days, going up against Charlotte Flair, a woman who has an established legacy, a woman whose legacy is built in just based off of her last name. She has had 5 title reigns already. She's only been on the roster maybe 2 years tops. And you have the chance here to make a megastar in Asuka. She's over with the crowd. Sure, she could be over more, but whose fault is that? That's your fault, because you keep trying to highlight her with promotional packages and trying to have her speak and teaming her up with The Miz and doing all these weird things. Asuka's not about that. Asuka should be coming out in her mask, beating people up in record time, and going away. That's how you got over Asuka in NXT. That's how you would have got her over on the main roster. But nobody really invested as much into Asuka on the main roster. And this is what happens because of that. Because of your failures as creative entities to really push and promote Asuka properly so that she did connect maybe a little bit more with the fans. Or is it simply just because she speaks Japanese fluently better than she speaks English? I don't understand. It's definitely starting to look that way. We all know Vince McMahon doesn't like foreign tongues on his champions, but what the hell do I know? That could still just be, gossip, right? Shinsuke Nakamura definitely set up in the same exact light. You built and built and built towards this dream match that was, to many of us, the reason Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble was to win that title, was to beat AJ for the title. Not that I have anything wrong with AJ Styles winning in this scenario. It's probably going to lead to something better, being that you had Shinsuke Nakamura turn heel after he lost this match. But why are they so quick to turn Shinsuke Nakamura heel? You haven't turned Finn Balor heel. He's clearly screaming for a heel turn, but you didn't pull the trigger on him. Roman's been in need of one for years. You didn't want to do it to him, but no, you're going to do it to the most likable guy. A guy that I can only, I see people just gravitating towards him. I can only see him as a positive figure. I know he was a heel in Japan, but that was Japan and this is here. And he came here as this rock star. He's the king of strong style. He has a huge fan base. People love to sing his song. The violin entrance, the whole thing, it's totally over. And that you decide to take away from us. But you won't tweak Roman, right? You won't turn in AJ heel. AJ's a better heel than he is a babyface. He's a little bland as a babyface. AJ Styles is a great heel. You didn't want to do that. That would have been a better dynamic. Heel AJ, he was already kind of skirting that line. He was getting all frustrated with Shinsuke playing the mind games. And you build and build and build towards this big moment for Shinsuke Nakamura, and you don't give it to us. You don't deliver. WWE is the only company in the world, and WrestleMania tonight is your proof of it, that can simultaneously deliver and disappoint at the same time. AJ versus Shinsuke was a good match. Could have been a great match. It wasn't a great match. I was expecting greatness. I just watched Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker from WrestleMania 25th anniversary show. Possibly the greatest matchup of all time. And I think my brain was expecting something on the level of that. What are they holding back for? This is WrestleMania. You can't hold it for the rematch. You're going to have a rematch at SummerSlam in Brooklyn with a heel Nakamura. I don't know how I feel about bad guy Nakamura. I'm sure he's going to do a great job. It definitely will be better than him walking around smiling and being all weird and cutesy, I think. But he just, to me, seems like a natural heel. He's like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He just seems like a good guy. Like you want to root for Shinsuke. Everybody was very split in the crowd tonight between Shinsuke and AJ, but they also seemed to not really care too much by the time we got to them on the card. I don't know. It was a very weird-a-mania tonight. Everything that they built towards, they just decided to go in the opposite direction. Same thing with Cena and The Undertaker. They want to build for weeks and weeks and weeks. Is John Cena going to get this match? Is John Cena going to get this match? And then he got what he asked for. After they bury Elias in a ridiculous segment to get beat up by John Cena on the grand stage of them all, you have The Undertaker come out as the dead man. He wasn't the American badass as many of us wanted. You got Kid Rock sitting backstage doing nothing but eating at catering and drinking up all the alcohol in the back. You could have had him come out and play a set and enter out The Undertaker to his song. Coming out on the bike. I don't understand why they didn't capitalize on that moment and leave the dead man gimmick back at WrestleMania 33. And then only to have The Undertaker come out and squash John Cena. It's like, how were you not prepared for this? You've been waiting for this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then you see The Undertaker and you're too scared to move? The same Undertaker you've already had matches against in the past. The same Undertaker that you've been on the road with for years and years and years. Over the last 10, 15 years you've both been in the company. What are you so terrified of, John Cena? John Cena was squashed by The Undertaker. Do you know what that says to me? That says to me that this was not The Undertaker's last match. This might be the precursor to his last match, which will probably take place 1 year from now at WrestleMania 35. That's what I see happening out of this. Do I want to see that after what I just seen tonight? No. The Undertaker looked great. He looked great. He looked much better than he looked last year. But this is not what I expected. I am not unhappy that he won. I told you guys, John Cena needs to do the right thing and lose to The Undertaker as he goes off into the sunset. But I expected so much more out of this match. You made us wait and gave us nothing for so long. And then you give us a match that pretty much gave us nothing. But The Undertaker tombstoning John Cena, telling you, get out of my yard, kid. Making it still his yard. Especially with what happened to Roman at the end of the night. So what did you accomplish? Nothing. Nothing. You accomplished nothing with that. Undertaker got the biggest pop of the night, hands down. But who cares? What did it mean? It was over before it began. John Cena was all entertaining all night, being in the crowd. Then he wants to go running to the back because a referee tells him something. Then he comes out to the ring and nothing happens. What the fuck did the referee tell you to make you go put your gear on and then go stand in the ring and get shown up like a dummy? Only to have The Undertaker come out maybe like a good 10, 15 minutes later. Not a word said. Not one word. He just came to the ring, beat his ass. All that build. The one angle that was the most well-built scenario going into WrestleMania. And it was a dud. An absolute dud. I didn't get it. The Intercontinental Championship wasn't really built around anything at all, specifically. I mean, I guess we could be happy that it's not on the waist of The Miz anymore. I was hoping that it was going to go to Finn Balor. It went to Seth Rollins. A man that's had a WrestleMania moment already. I don't know why he needed another one, and I feel like he is above and beyond the Intercontinental Championship, and he should be moving up to face for the Universal Championship, or go to SmackDown Live and be going up against the likes of an AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Instead, they gave him the Intercontinental Championship. They're coining him a Grand Slam champion, even though the European Championship no longer exists. I don't understand exactly how that works, but we're not going to get tied up in semantics. The biggest problem I had with this match, because this was probably one of the better matches on the card for the whole entire night, was why didn't we get to see the Demon at a WrestleMania? WrestleMania is 50% entrances. This is the one time of the year where if you do some weird thing or you have some weird gimmick, this is the time to expose it at its finest, to exaggerate it at its best. And this is not me going off against the movement of the LGBT community. I fully support and endorse that movement, and I give Finn Balor many, many props for taking that movement with him in his match at WrestleMania. That's fantastic. I'm just saying there's a better way to have done it. Why not paint yourself up as the Demon? Make yourself the fucking Rainbow Demon. Who cares? If you truly were for the cause, why not paint yourself up in, like, unicorn paint? Or just, you know, those little frilly things he's got from his head. Have them be rainbow instead of black and red and white. Do a whole rainbow thing and then give yourself some cool purple demon-looking thing. Whatever. It would have been better than that. He's coming out in a black jacket with a rainbow on the back and the BC logo. Not covered, but surrounded by a rally. That's what it was. It looked like a protest more than anything else. I'm not watching wrestling to see that. I was looking to the one guy that has the single best entrance amongst the whole entire roster after The Undertaker. To come out at WrestleMania like that just fell flat. Fell absolutely flat. Nothing against him and his buddies and the whole movement. Like I said, movement great. Could have been a lot more creative. A Rainbow Demon, I would have been great. I thought that would be fucking fantastic. But instead, we just got Finn Balor. And then we got a decent match for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because it wasn't bad. It was a little bit better than what we've been seeing as they've all been fighting each other on Monday Night Raw over the last few weeks. But, you know, nothing special. Just like the United States Championship. Absolutely nothing special. And the WWE has effectively canceled Rusev Day from this day forward. They don't realize that they did it, and they're probably going to continue to sell the merchandise and not push him properly. Tonight was the night to crown Rusev the United States Champion. But instead, they doubled back around and came right back to a place we do not want to be. They gave the title to Jinder Mahal tonight. So what was the point of it going to Randy Orton in the first place? Just so that Randy Orton can get a replica to put on his mantle case? Are you kidding me? You took it from Bobby Roode and gave it to Randy Orton for him to drop it to Jinder Mahal. Are we back in the championship, the WWE Championship mode? That's exactly what you did then. You took it from Bray Wyatt, you gave it to Randy Orton for drop it to Jinder Mahal. What? What am I watching here? And now we have to deal with this. And the WWE doesn't even take it upon themselves to make it at least a little bit different. We got the same exact ending we get in every single Jinder Mahal match. It's really late and I'm tired and I'm messing up my words. I apologize, you guys. Just bear with me. But the Singh brothers getting involved in the matchup every single time Jinder Mahal is wrestling at all, whether it's for a title or not, has now reared its ugly and disgusting head at WrestleMania and ruined this matchup, and it ruined Rusev Day. I could care less about this match unless Rusev was in the ring. Every time Rusev was thrown out of the ring, I could care less. I got up and got a snack. Waited to hear the Rusev Day chants, to look back at the screen, only to see the man end up losing in the end. Absolutely nothing special. The one most special moment of the night, which I will have to give credit to, has to go to the tag team, mixed tag team matchup, Ronda Rousey, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle. I had zero expectations of this match going in, and I have to say that Ronda Rousey was very impressive. It was the most entertaining match of the night. Entertaining. I didn't say it was the best match. I said it was the most entertaining match. They got me all involved and all invested in it by the end. I wanted to see Ronda Rousey rip Stephanie McMahon's arm clear off her sockets, and that's pretty much what we got to see. We had some pretty good altercations between Kurt Angle and Triple H, but the best altercation of them all is when Ronda Rousey would not back down to Triple H and just lit him up like a punching bag in the corner and made him look like a doofus and absolutely made herself look like the legit badass they want her to be. She was not bad at all. She definitely has made up for everything that I have already seen. Not that I'm jumping on the bandwagon telling you she's the greatest, but for a WrestleMania moment, for a debut match, this was fine for Ronda Rousey. Maybe she's taking notes from her buddy Shayna Baszler. She was selling things very well in the ring. Stephanie McMahon, definitely, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, as grating as she is on all of our wrestling souls, and as much as you hate her voice and everything that you dislike about Stephanie McMahon, she is the best McMahon in the ring. She's better than Shane. Shane can jump around and do all his flippy things, that's fine. Stephanie McMahon throws a punch or slaps you in the face. Definitely seems like the most legit McMahon ever. At least in between the ropes. And look who she's married to, so you should kind of expect that, especially if they truly live the way they say they do, and pump iron all day, and probably practice wrestling moves in the ring at home, and probably while they're doing whatever they do, you know what I mean? But it definitely showed. It definitely showed. Not that she had this tremendous outing, and I want to see more of Stephanie, because I don't, and all I want to see is the ramifications of the altercation tonight as Ronda Rousey wrapped her arm up and pretty much snapped it off. It was absolutely great. The whole entire match was very entertaining. The interactions, like I said, with Kurt and Stephanie, and then Ronda and Triple H, and all of everything else that came in between, that match was absolutely fine. Much better than I thought it was going to be. And hopefully it's over now, and we move along with Ronda Rousey and start to build her in a serious light. The tag team titles for SmackDown Live. Once again, You build this matchup off of the promotion done by the Usos, talking about how they've never had a match on the main card of WrestleMania. And now you like smack them right in the face. You smack them right in the face like, here, you got your main card match, but you got about 8 minutes and that's it, bro. Oh, and by the way, you're going to lose. You're going to lose to the Bludgeon Brothers. I don't mind that the Bludgeon Brothers took the titles. I told you guys that was more than likely going to happen. I just don't like the fact that they really didn't give these guys time to shine. Now look at how long this fucking show was. How much time could you really have given them? I say you could have given them 20-25 minutes to really throw down for the tag team championships if you would have took some of the time away from Stephanie and Ronda and them. That was a little unnecessary. Some of the time that was allotted to Cena and The Undertaker was very easily something you could have removed. Definitely all the times we had to see him in the crowd, he didn't even want the camera to see him. At one point he told the camera to turn around, like, stop looking at me. I think that was during the pre-show, but still, like, obviously Cena was a central focus of the night, and for it to deliver so boringly, and all that time they wasted to embarrass Elias, and the whole entire segment with little Nicholas. I love the name Nicholas, it's my name. What I don't love is the disrespect shown to the tag team championships. And it's disappointing to me. And I don't want to rag on the kid. It's not about the kid. I don't care what the reasoning is, whether it was a Make-A-Wish thing or he's somebody's kid in the back. He's got to be somebody's kid. You guys realize Braun Strowman kidnapped a child on Monday night, on WrestleMania tonight? Picked a kid from the ring side area, took him into the ring, won the tag team championships with him, and then took him to the back. He didn't take him back to his parents. Where the hell were this kid's parents? Just like Corey Graves was asking. That's what I was thinking. Where are this kid's parents? This kid just got taken to the ring. He's in a match. He's in the ring. He didn't need to sign a hold harmless agreement like Johnny Gargano or nothing like that. What are we teaching the kids of America? That you can get in there and wrestle with guys like Braun Strowman and Cesaro? Absolutely not. This kid looks like he was going to shit his pants. You would have shit your pants if it was you. I know I would if it was me. And I'm 40 years old. I would have shit my pants right now if I had to be in there against the bar. But them doing what they did and leaving that spot essentially empty. Because Nicholas, you didn't fill the spot. I mean, you were there, but you know what I mean? You didn't fill a WrestleMania spot the way we expected. We were waiting for a Samoa Joe or somebody of that level. I had suggested Neville. I had suggested Big Cass as two people that might be able to come in under the radar and maybe get some sort of a pop at WrestleMania. Instead, the largest pop of the night goes to a 10-year-old boy who nobody knows, who's wrestling in a tag team championship matchup. The lineage of the tag team championships that go back so far. These are the same title belts that we've seen Edge and Christian and the Hardys and the Dudleys go to war over in tables, ladders, and chairs matches. These are the same championship belts that lineage dates back to 2 out of 3 Falls matches with the British Bulldogs and the Hart Foundations. The historic reign of Demolition. The historic reigns of the Legion of Doom and the Brainbusters. The Steiner brothers. And now Braun Strowman and Nicholas. How are they going to get out of this? Is Nicholas going to be on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night? Is he going to give the belt to somebody who can be a formidable champion? How does this championship reign even count for Braun Strowman? He didn't have a tag team partner that was qualified. Doesn't he have to at least be part of the roster? I don't like what they did here. You sacrificed a spot that could have made a megastar out of any of the dozens of superstars that were in the audience that Braun Strowman walked right by. Like No Way Jose. I happened to notice that they were all facing the opposite direction, as if WWE Creative told them all to turn around so people at home that are watching the TV don't see your faces. That's not going to work in the case of a guy like No Way Jose, who sticks out of a crowd like that like a sore thumb. So all this NXT talent just being surpassed. He's not going to pick nobody from the back. He's going to pick a fan. And he didn't pick a big fan, a big scary man fan, or somebody, you know, from the UFC, or a Dana White, or a celebrity. He picked a little kid. Fantastic. The WWE's Raw Tag Team titles are a joke. The Bar got buried by a 10-year-old and Braun Strowman, making them look like what? You think that makes them look good? You think they're happy tonight? They got beat by one man. The probably best tag team on Raw. The only tag team anyway. That's why they've been the champions. But now, the tag team champions are essentially one man. Congratulations. Fan-fucking-tastic. I hate it. Just like I didn't really care for Shane and Daniel Bryan. You want to build up this whole entire thing on Daniel Bryan's return. You got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn trying to get their job back. And you got Shane McMahon coming out there with diverticulitis. And Shane McMahon looked like he was fucked up. He really looked messed up, you guys. I think something was legit wrong with Shane McMahon. But the big problem with this match, at least for me, was that you had Daniel Bryan's return match. And then you have Daniel Bryan sidelined for the majority of the first part of this match, leaving all of the weight on the shoulders of Shane McMahon, who, like I said, clearly looked like he was messed up. And if Shane McMahon is that good of an actor, then kudos, bro, because I really, really believe that there was something wrong with this dude's stomach. And I don't think that we're going to be seeing Shane McMahon for a while. We had no heel turn for Shane that was expected, or even Daniel Bryan. Some people thought Daniel Bryan was going to end up being the reason why Shane McMahon would lose this match and would align himself with Owens and Zayn like he has been doing all along and now be bad. But why would you turn the biggest babyface in the company into a bad guy? Absolutely ridiculous. I definitely was a little underwhelmed by this match. We got to see Daniel Bryan win. What does this mean for Owens and Zayn? Who the fuck knows? Maybe they will show up on Monday Night Raw. Maybe the shakeup is happening. Maybe they're free agents now. Maybe Sami Zayn goes back to NXT for a while. Who knows? I definitely don't like the way it went down. I think it lent a lot more drama and made a lot more storylines for the future if Daniel Bryan was set up by Shane McMahon throughout this entirety of this whole thing. And in his match back at WrestleMania, on the grounds of his biggest triumph, he gets stabbed in the back by Shane McMahon, making him a even bigger babyface and getting so much heat for Shane McMahon. It would be nuclear, and heat in a good way, not like Roman Reigns heat. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss did absolutely nothing for me. We had a couple of nice spots. You know, the twisted Bliss off the top to the outside on top of Nia. Nia's outfit, a little bit of an unflattering one, if you ask me. Alexa Bliss looked great, as always, but we knew this was coming because there would be no reason for them to do this ridiculous teenage drama bullshit storyline if Nia Jax was not going to come out victorious in the end. Alexa Bliss will lose the Raw Women's Championship to the wrong woman, in my opinion. But that's just me. And Nia Jax was able to cry in the ring and say, I did it. And now we're going to get some teary promo. I did it for all the little girls and the listeners. She didn't give a shit about the Raw Women's Championship. On the whole lead into this matchup, it was all about getting revenge on Little Miss Biscuit Butts herself. And she did just that. And thank God this is over. Hopefully we don't have to see this anymore. And they get things moving in another direction. We did not see Carmella outside of the Women's Battle Royal. She did not threaten to cash in anything, anywhere, at any time. Money in the Bank is coming up in June. They got to do something with this, and they got to do something with it very, very soon. The dream match of Shinsuke and AJ, we talked a little bit about it already. I was just very very underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed. Did we talk about it already? I'm not sure, because this is like the third time I'm trying to record this video, and I'm hopefully not repeating myself, and I'm not leaving anything out. But like I said, as of right now, Eastern Standard Time, New York City time, it's about 2 in the morning. And I have to get up for work, so I'm not going to care anymore. Shinsuke and AJ definitely needed Mauro Ranallo for those of us at home. Probably would have made it a 5-star match instead of a 4-star match. Why this match did not go to Shinsuke Nakamura, I have no idea. I have no idea. Are they going to leave it and extend this feud beyond into SummerSlam? Who knows? Who knows? I think we did talk about this already. If not, I'll just say it briefly once again. I am not upset that AJ won. I'm a very big AJ Styles guy. I just feel like you spent all that time building everybody in a certain way, and then you just let it fall flat. That's how WrestleMania felt to me. It fell flat. I'm trying to get this review done because I feel flat. I feel deflated. It was a good show. It was a good show, but it's only good because of how bad the other shows have been. It did not blow me away. There was not one big underlying moment that you gotta go back, oh my god, go back and watch this match, it was fantastic. And that's what I was expecting on this card somewhere, and I didn't really get it anywhere. Everything to me was a disappointment, especially the last hour of this show, between the Raw Tag Team titles and then everything that happened in that Roman match, which was ridiculous. You had the crowd playing with a beach ball for the majority of that match. Nobody gave a shit. Chance of delete. Chance of, what the hell was it now? This is awful. That's not the way you want your main event at WrestleMania to be described. Terrible. Terrible main event, but we all knew that was coming. The match card was not, it was booked to be a good card. It was not built up very well, but whatever build they did have leading towards it, they definitely abandoned at the last minute for each and every story on the card. The winners and losers, if you bet money on this card, you are probably killing yourself at this minute right now, because nobody could have predicted half the shit that went down on this show tonight. That's going to do it, you guys. I'm fucking exhausted. We have got to go to sleep, go to work, and then take in the Raw after Mania. My favorite Monday Night Raw of the year. Hopefully, this is where things turn around. This is the time of year where we always hope for the turnaround, to see the direction in which the WWE is going to head with their new feuds and their new call-ups, and who will be coming from NXT and who will be going away. Is there going to be a shakeup or some kind of a draft or something going on? This is when it's going to happen, and then we can all start to speculate on the rest of the true wrestling year, which begins tomorrow night at Monday Night Raw in New Orleans again, closing out WrestleMania weekend with the 2 After Mania shows. Cannot wait to get those out of the way so that I know what the future just might hold. You guys, I really truly apologize if I didn't talk about anything. Like I said before, I recorded this thing 3 times. My computer's been crashing, and it's been giving me problems all night. The worst night of the year that it could possibly do this to me. I had 2 really killer reviews going up a little bit earlier, and it just didn't turn out that way. So this is the one you get, the 2 in the morning one. Hopefully it was good enough for you. Thank you guys for bearing with me through this. You know how fucking tiring it is. You guys are probably already asleep while I'm still sitting here pounding at this desk with this hammer trying to get this shit done. And I will see you guys sometime during the day today, and we'll see you again after Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Please do not forget to smash that like button, share this video with all your wrestling buddies, and subscribe if you are not already a member of the Sledgehammer Club. And there are only 3 days left to get your hands on those beautiful Sledgehammer Club shirts. 3 days to go. Grab yours now before it's gone after the conclusion of SmackDown Live this week. Thank you guys so much. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Thor, the wrestling god of thunder. This is Blue, the snowball microphone, the world heavyweight champion of microphones. We, as a team, are tapping out. We are absolutely fucking exhausted. Thank you so much. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you tomorrow night, right here, on Sledgehammer TV. Let's go get some sleep. I'm fucking tired.